THROT, the unclean. THROT is one of Hell Pit's most feared lords, both creating and leading vast numbers of bloodthirsty creatures as the master mutator of Clan Moulder. Whenever THROT fights, he wields Creature Killer in one of his 3 arms, a modified things catcher that can grab and throttle beasts as large as rat ogres. From an anonymous source. THROT the Unclean. He is one of the most twisted and ingenious master mutators of Clan Moulder, and has exploited that success to position himself as a third of the 9 Lords of Hell Pit. The effects of a lifetime's work with warpstone can be seen, as bone spines protrude out of THROT's back and a 3rd arm sprouts out of his bloated but powerful frame. His left eye, torn from its socket in a struggle with a rival, has been replaced with a shard of warpstone crudely hammered into place, feeding its baleful influence directly into THROT's brain. Over several self-developmental experiments, THROT has rapidly sped up his metabolism and now grows ravenously hungry after exertion. He requires constant nourishment and gluttonously crams tremendous amounts of food into his eternally unsatisfied gut. It is the black hunger, only worse, eating more than 4 times his own body weight daily. THROT maintains such a pace to avoid being ravaged by his own warp-enhanced constitution. Surly at the best of times, when deprived of food, meaning the instant he stops chewing, THROT becomes mindlessly ferocious. THROT's rise to power has been marked by an ability to create and lead to battle any number of bloodthirsty creatures, along with a knack for capturing new beasts on which to experiment. Whether it is obtaining blind worms, discovering the applications for Troll's spleen, or cultivating the best growing juices to increase the size of rat ogres, few can match the deeds of THROT. He is active in advancing Clan Moulder's status, and it is not unusual to find THROT accompanied by packs of war beasts joining many skaven battles. When THROT personally joins the fight, he wields Creature Killer, a modified things catcher of his own design that can grab and throttle beasts the size of even a rat ogre. Additionally, THROT carries the Whip of Domination, a special whip made from Minotaur hide and cured in troll digestive juices. Even the hunchbacked and mutated things that scuttle throughout the warrens of Hell Pit fear its stinging pain. As a result of his excessive contact with the pure warpstone he uses in his mad experiments, THROT has mutated over the years, in mind as well as body. Great spines of bone have sprouted from his back, and unnatural warpstone-fueled energy courses through his veins, suffusing his 3 arms with power. So great is his strength that he is capable of pinning the strongest rat ogre to the ground by the neck using his wickedly spiked creature killer. This unnatural energy ravages his system, however, and he requires constant sustenance to keep the energy from consuming him. Maddening hunger ceaselessly torments him, and he carries pouches stuffed with all manner of vile creatures he uses as foodstuffs. His left eye, torn from its socket in a struggle against a rival packmaster, has been replaced with a shard of warp stone crudely hammered into place, feeding its twisting power directly into his fevered brain. THROT is one of the oldest living skaven within Clan Moulder, second only to the clan's mysterious Lord of Decay. His lifespan has been extended far beyond its natural course by the manipulating effects of Warpstone. Much of Clan Moulder is connected through the bloodline of THROT, for he has spawned literally hundreds of offspring, and they, in turn, have birthed countless others. The ranks of Clan Moulder include so many generations of THROT's offspring that he has become something of a patriarch amongst the wealthy clan. Of course, as is the Skaven way, this bloodline conveys no hint of loyalty from his underlings, and he has slain countless numbers of his brood for plotting against him or for posing a threat to his position. His power within the clan has often been undermined by his wary superiors sabotaging his experiments and scheming against him. Utterly consumed with his disturbing research, THROT has long since lost whatever hint of sanity he once had. His waking hours are filled with his twisted studies, and the depths of his domain echo with the cacophony of tortured cries from the living abominations dwelling there, the horrid results of his unnatural experiments. Crossbreeding all manner of creatures and utilizing the mutating effects of Warpstone, THROT is ever seeking to create more destructive creatures to set on his enemies and trade with other clans. In his sleep, his corrupted mind is filled with demented dreams, his mind plunging ever deeper within his insane delirium. Having spent some time in the far distant land of Lustria, THROT has formed a tense agreement with the Skaven of Clan Pestilence, incorporating the Plague Monk's knowledge of disease and corruption into his own disturbed creations. THROT has created a mutated form of rat carrying a fast-acting, lethal contagion which he has begun to breed within the Skaven underworld. It is rumored that THROT himself has contracted this disease, but that his Warpstone-enhanced constitution has thus far kept it from overcoming him. THROT's latest obsession is his most ambitious project yet, inspired by witnessing some of the immense creatures dwelling within the tropical jungles of Lustria. His fevered, insanely brilliant mind is now consumed with creating a monstrous rat creature, mutated out of all proportion so that it will tower over even the largest of rat ogres.